Welcome to Channel X TV, and in fact, welcome to 2025. Delighted to be joined for our first interview of the year with Mike, CEO of Fabric. So, welcome, Mike. How are you?
I'm great, Chris. Pleasure to be here.
So, I want to talk about the state of AI and particularly the impact of AI on retail today. But before we get on to that, I know you've released a new product, AI Order Cloud, in literally just a month ago. Tell us a little bit about it, what it does, and why it's great for retailers.
Yeah, well, this has been pretty much the conversation I've had it's the last 6 months, but really through the holidays, we made this announcement. It's a product we've been working on really for probably the last 14 months or so. And the whole purpose is we saw a real opportunity in the market to rethink of how traditional order management systems work. Traditional order management systems were built to be kind of a box, right? It was almost like financial control to manage your orders. It was the system of record. And in today's world, where a lot of shopping demand, where your demand comes from, has dispersed all over the place. It's gone to marketplaces, social, your website, your physical store, you name it. And at the same time, consumers are demanding that they receive these packages or their orders in a physical store, on their doorstep, at a hotel. We don't know. This whole kind of shape, this orchestration challenge is way beyond what a traditional order management system needed. So we took a step with our design customers and said, hey, how can we make an order management system demand aware? Meaning, how can we help it place inventory to where your customers actually are shopping? How do we give you visibility across the entire footprint? And how do we make sure your customers get the information or get the products that they ordered in the way they expect? So think of like the right customer experience. And that led us to what we call AI Order Cloud, which is how do we orchestrate that entire journey, but allow you to what we call shift left and help you be demand aware. And that's what brought us here. And so AI Order Cloud is designed to help all of our retailers, excuse me, orchestrate across that journey.
So, this is really interesting, but talk to me a bit more about the problems that it's solving, because
Yeah.
when kind of marketplaces came along, it was quite easy for a lot of retailers. They've got their website, they've got their stores with physical stock, and then they had their marketplace stock, which they put on eBay or put on Amazon. But now there's so many more marketplaces, and it's becoming increasingly hard to kind of have a marketplace pool of stock that's separate from your other inventory. If you've got it in store at Christmas and now it's not sold, you want it back out of store and sold on maybe a website, maybe marketplace, maybe social. So, what exactly problems is this AI Order Cloud solving for the retailers?
Yeah, well, think about it. You nailed it on the head there. So, if you're dealing with multiple marketplaces, multiple physical stores, your own digital site, how do you place that inventory? How do you have a single view of where your inventory is? So, the first thing AI Order Cloud does is let you have visibility across all your different inventory locations. And excuse me, sorry, I have something in my throat. So it lets you put inventory wherever you need, but give you complete visibility into that, and then let you react in near real time. So it's all real time system. So if you are if you are selling a lot in one particular marketplace, how do you allocate inventory properly? And I would maybe take a step back from the consumer perspective. What are we trying to avoid? One, we're trying to avoid things like, well, overselling, stock outs, cancellations. We want to make sure you sell through your inventory. So Order Cloud gives you that complete view across all the channels and allows you to manage that inventory no matter where you need to put it, but let you do it in real time. In addition, it lets you do things like pre-order, back order, right? So you really have a whole nother level of control. Again, traditional order management systems really designed for, oh, I got a store or a website, not multiple distribution channels that are changing constantly.
And from the kind of consumer perspective, what are consumers asking for? I mean, how often, for example, does someone buy on a marketplace and want to pick up in store? Or maybe they buy on a marketplace, want to return in store, but what complexities are consumers putting on retailers and demanding that they can serve in that way?
Well, Chris, I think we know as consumers, we're very demanding. I can't even anticipate the next place and where it's going to be and how it needs to be, but we know this. Consumers want it where they want it. They want it on time. They want complete visibility into that. Order Cloud's entire focus is let you, the retailers, orchestrate that journey, but deliver the customer experience, because this is what we do know, right? As a brand, you don't have a lot of wiggle room, right? Back and forth where you might have a disruption or issues. And if you're finding out about your customer sat issues through your customers, we've obviously not done the right thing. So what consumers are asking for is they want it their way. They want choice, they want control, and they want visibility. And we provide that tool to let you orchestrate across that journey. So, simple example, how do we avoid split shipments? How do we avoid stockouts? How do we avoid cancel orders? This is all what Order Cloud does. It looks at not only the inventory side, but helps you fulfill. So we show how we reduce split shipments, how we improve your margins by reducing your shipping costs, all while delivering the best customer experience. When I talk to the customers about this, in the past, there's a lot more room from a brand perspective on how they could deliver customer experiences, but there's so much choice in the market right now. So if you deliver a poor customer experience, the consumer is going to go somewhere else. And this was our goal. Our goal was not only to help you make sure you put your inventory where it need to be, make sure that you avoided stockouts, make sure you sell through your inventory, but we deliver on the other side at a margin that protects your business and delivers that customer experience your consumers expect.
So this is really interesting, but customers are demanding so much now. I mean, I look at big businesses like Amazon, and they're like, yeah, you can have something same day if you want. And then they tell me just today they've announced an offer for a meal deal in their Whole Foods stores. And it's like, yeah, but I don't want to go to a store, but don't worry, because I can get Deliveroo to pick it up. How can retailers kind of tie all of these different experiences together? And can your AI actually tell me you need to have so much inventory in your warehouse for marketplace orders, you need so much in store fulfillment, you need so much at the west of the country, the east of the country? Can it actually help me tell me where to put the inventory?
Yeah. So Chris, two aspects, right? So we have a two-headed problem. One, we have an inventory allocation. Can we allocate that inventory properly? So AI is a huge help here, right? It helps you look across that entire footprint, help you demand plan and forecast to make sure that you can put the inventory where you need and react to the changing consumer sentiment. That's the first piece. And AI really, it's not like it's a magic box where it says, hey, X here, X, Y. What it's doing is an assistant, and it's helping guide the planners to make these decisions, but give them a view where most systems they have like an analytics system, they have their commerce system, they may have a couple other systems, and they have to pull that together. Well, as we've seen, AI helps bring visibility across that entire footprint, gives you clarity, allows you to react to market conditions. Now, on the second, you talked about the example of Whole Foods, and maybe I want to go to the store, maybe I don't. Next year it's going to be drone delivery. We don't know. What we do know is consumers want it the way they want, and most of the approaches in the market today have been brute force, meaning I'll just spend a lot of money and I'll try and give all the choices I think my consumers need just because I need to keep up. Again, back to where AI can really help is AI can help you optimize and look back at those rules on how you fulfill and help you optimize those. Traditionally, that was programs and rules and programmers and consultants. It was slow, laborious. You didn't react to market trends. You didn't understand the price from one channel to the other. AI, again, pulls that data together and guides the operators in the system how to make the best decisions. And what we ultimately want to do is give the tools to our customers, our brands and retailers, so that they can make the best decisions for their business, but ultimately deliver the experience that their consumers are demanding, so they can deliver on that promise.
So we've just been through probably the most stressful part of the year for brands and retailers, the Q4 peak, Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, New Year's sales. How is AI driving innovation during these real high demand periods? And there's more of them, as like Amazon introduced more sales during the year. They'll have their Prime Day and their deals days, and the other retailers follow suit. So when we've got these high demand periods, how can AI really drive innovation and make brands and retailers' lives easier?
Yeah. Well, I think with AI, there's a lot of different areas AI is helping in. There's the one side from the consumer perspective is much more personalized experience. We can use it to personalize it to you, Chris, to me, and the products that you see are now much more tailored to what you need to see to make a purchase decision. And that is a big emphasis on what you see a lot in the market today on personalizing information, but personalizing information to where the consumer is going to be. They may not just show up on your website or your physical store. You might be reaching them on social, you might be reaching them on search, you might be reaching them in a marketplace. So AI is helping personalize that experience to where the consumer is so that they understand your brand and your offerings. But I think the more interesting opportunity underneath with AI and what we're seeing even through holiday is use of AI to better operate the business. So, look, a lot of the activity is happening in this very narrow window. How do you optimize all your selling strategies? How do you pull the data together to make sure that you are putting the right offers out there in the right time in the right place so that maximize your selling and not just get selling through, but selling to where you might have inventory that you have to draw down, where you need to meet your consumer demand and shifting. So I think AI is helping across two fronts. One, getting the right product out there, and two, operationally on these peaks, helping me understand how do I sell through my inventory no matter where it is and be operationally efficient. This is a new frontier. Traditionally, commerce systems have been distributed across multiple different, a legacy ERP system, a custom system, my analytics system, marketing systems. Now we have finally the ability with AI to start pulling that all together and giving the operators this clear view in how to optimize the business. These are tools that Amazons and the Walmarts have been developing over the last decade and really honing. All retailers need this kind of baseline tech to help them stay competitive, but deliver again on that promise back to their consumers so they can sell their products efficiently, but also at the right margin for their business.
So I've got a question, which is all about the smaller businesses. Number one that you've just kind of touched on is how do they compete with the Amazons of the world? But I think more importantly is how can an SME compete with the really, really big brands out there? I mean, if the big brands are good with AI, and is it going to be like Google search that it's a fight to get on the first page of search results? Or how do I overcome that expertise the larger companies have got? How can AI work for smaller businesses?
Well, first, nothing replaces an awesome product and a great brand. But let's just take a step back and again think about, the bigger players have done a great job optimizing for the masses. You have to understand your niche and you have to understand where your consumers are. The great news is that what we do know through the history is demand continues to fragment. What I mean by that is it used to be people would go to one store and they'd buy everything in that store. And then pretty soon it was like a digital store and multiple stores and marketplaces. Now it's social, it's search. Now we're going to have selling agents and buying agents. And what you need to do from a brand, doesn't matter if you're big or small, is understand where your customers are. What AI will help you do is reach those customers 10x more efficiently, right? So if your customers are showing up on social or TikTok, all right, AI can help you reach them very effectively and very efficiently. But what I love about it is you see the data immediately coming back on how the consumers are interacting, and you can tune your strategies. So I think AI, in that perspective, is going to help level the playing ground, right? It's going to give the same tools that the big guys have to everybody so they can play and win in today's market.
And for the SMEs, again, often less personnel on the payroll. How can they physically keep up with this technology? What can they do to make sure that they are at the cutting edge and that they're prepared for 2025 and especially this time next year, looking back at peak and saying, yep, we had a great Christmas period?
That's my job. It's part of what I'm here for. Look, Fabric, we are a group of experts in the market on commerce. We've come from all different places, from Amazon to Staples to other enterprise software companies. And our job is to help our customers stay up to date on the cutting edge technology to drive them. We listen to the trends. We listen to our design customers. We listen to markets. We have advisors across all different segments that really help us plug into where you need to go. Again, I come back to let's really say, can we get your product to where the consumers are? Can we understand their behavior? Can we use AI to personalize that? Can we use AI to operationalize your business? And this was all about why we did AI Order Cloud, is help you orchestrate that journey. How can I place my inventory in the spots I know so I can sell through and not oversell, do stock outs and cancel orders? How can I make sure I can deliver that order at a margin that protects my business, but make sure I protect the customer experience with that complete visibility into that life cycle? That's our job. Our job is to give them the tools so they can effectively sell through on their products.
So that segues nicely into me asking two final questions. First of all, what does Fabric do? And secondly, for those that are interested, how do they get hold of you?
So, Chris, great question. Let me just elaborate again on what Fabric does. So Fabric, we deliver on, our main product is AI Order Cloud. And this is all about how we orchestrate across the entire commerce landscape, from how you deliver on where you should put your inventory, how do you orchestrate that customer journey all the way to fulfillment. And we look at this as unified commerce, right? Unified commerce is that principle of meeting your customers where they are, with every demand, from a digital store, physical store, marketplace, search. How do I place that demand? How do I orchestrate and make sure it gets fulfilled? That's why we built Fabric AI Order Cloud. Where to find us, of course, go to fabric.inc. We'd be happy to give you a demo, happy to showcase. It works with your existing e-com stores. It can even lay on top of your existing order management system if needed. And we use AI to help you operationalize this and get a 10x improvement. We are delighted about what we've seen and the results we're seeing from our customers and our design wins. And we're ready to scale this out to everybody in the world.
Fantastic. Well, Mike, thank you so much for your time today. And I think we should come back this time next year and see just how much AI agents have developed for helping brands and retailers.
Well, if we know anything in the world of AI, it's moving super fast, and we'll see what we're going to be talking about next year. But it will be something around AI, and it'll be something really cool.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Chris.